Thanks, Julian. The departure of the last U.S. soldier from Afghanistan comes just days before 9/11. 20 years. 20 years later, the Taliban back in control of the country that provided a safe haven and once again for al-Qaeda extremists, terrorists. Our next guest served on the front lines of the war on terror, but they're not done serving. They were members of the elite Navy SEAL teams and now running for Congress. Retired SEAL sniper Brady Duke is running for the Florida's 7th Congressional District. Eli Crane joined the Navy just days after 9/11, is now running for Arizona's 1st District. And Morgan Luttrell served multiple tours in Iraq and Afghanistan and wants to represent Texas's 8th Congressional District. Former Navy SEAL commander, former Congressman, former Interior Secretary Ryan Zinke is now running again, this time from Montana's 2nd District. Let's start with you, Ryan. The President of the United States says this chaos with the dismount from this country was unavoidable. Do you agree?
I do not. We abandoned our allies, we abandoned our citizens, and we abandoned our principles. And look, I am disgusted at our actions as a nation, and this president and his cabinet are responsible and accountable. I'm sad for the loss of life and liberty, and I'm angry because it was both predictable and preventable.
Morgan, it looks like the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff is open to talking with the Taliban and seeing maybe combined efforts to take out other terrorist groups. Are you ready to get over it with the Taliban?
Am I ready to get over it? No. I think we're in a bad spot right now. I'm disappointed in the administration. I concur with Commander Zinke's remarks. This was improperly mismanaged at every level, and they most certainly need to be held accountable. My heart goes out for those lives lost most recently, and in the memories of all of those who have fallen before. I think the Taliban is not to be trusted, as it never was to be trusted, and most certainly we need to be taking a hard look at what's happening over there, and most certainly go back over there and get our people.
You know, Brady, the President of the United States just didn't see the advantage of having a counter-terrorist force out there in a huge base like Bagram, or one of the other 6 bases. Did you, or was it time for you to, in your mind, to get out? Was it time for us to get out?
Absolutely not. You know, I think we were there providing necessary support and security for our Afghan allies, and for us to quite literally abandon them, as well as U.S. citizens, within that country is absolutely un-American. This was not executed properly. I'm quite frankly disgusted and very angered by the handling of this, and this was a strategic failure.
Eli, the President of the United States got a phone call, and he was talking to Ghani, and Ghani said, I need some air power because other terrorists are pouring in from Pakistan. He was basically denied that. Would air power have made a difference?
Well, I think air power would have made a difference, and you know, I can't help but be disgusted, like my other colleagues here, on how we handled this situation, and I can't help but think about the other implications around the world that this messaging sends, that our execution sends to some of our allies like Israel and Taiwan, and furthermore, the same message that we're sending to some of the bad actors in the world like Iran and China that would just love to come in and harm our allies. America just became a lot more dangerous. The world became a lot more dangerous. And I don't think this administration has any ability to handle it.
Morgan, are you shocked that a commander like General Milley or Secretary of Defense would be talking to Ghani about perceptions and optics instead of tactics?
I think this administration is going into damage control and doing everything they can to try to remedy the problem, and they're just not doing it correctly, honestly.
What is it like for you and your family to see this?
It's challenging, especially, you know, my brother and I, and both having served over there. But one thing that I like to tell, because we've been fielding calls, as all of us on this panel have been fielding calls from veterans and service members across the country. As painful as it is, I tell everyone that served over there, hold your head high. You did an honorable job. You did exactly what you were supposed to do. You served your country, you followed orders, and this is mission success for us. There was never an opportunity for us to spike the football. And for those that lost, may God put peace in your heart and know that your loved ones and their sacrifice was so others may live.
Understood. Now you guys aren't done serving. I want to get to everyone to run in, to weigh in while you're running. Ryan Zinke, you've done this before. Why go back?
Look, as much as I disdain Washington, D.C., I love my country, and it's fixable. You know, we have to rise as American people, but we're going to have to pump the brakes on what's happening. You look at Afghanistan on the foreign side, you look at domestically, inflation, begging OPEC for oil. We have no southern border. America, it's time to wake up and pump the brakes. You know, follow us. We have SEALs and Special Forces rising to the occasion. You know, SEALPAC.org and RyanZinke.com. Follow us, because we're going to take back America, folks. We're going to pump the brakes and stop this nonsense.
Gotcha. Brady, you want to go back too, but you want to serve in a suit this time. Real quick, what's your message?
My message is that the American family is important, that security for America is important. You know, we have to do what we can for the American family. We have to secure our border. We have to hold a strong position strategically with our military. We are the strongest military in the world, and we have a duty and responsibility to do that, and we should serve with honor. You know, I'm going to do everything I can in my power to fight in Congress for the American family.
Eli, you're in a tough district, in the 1st District over in Arizona. I know we discussed this. Are you convinced this mission is worth the fight?
This mission has always been worth the fight. This country has always been great, and it needs men and women with courage and character to stand up again and say, we're not done fighting for it, because if you're not willing to fight for it, then you don't deserve it. If you guys want to go support what we're doing, please go to elifораrizona.com. I have little kids. I know a lot of you do as well. They deserve to grow up with the same amount of freedom and prosperity that you and I did. God bless you guys.
Morgan, weigh in. You got it. Morgan, you weigh in. You want Kevin Brady's seat. Why?
We have to have proper representation up in D.C. to create a defensive posture. And it's time in our country. We're so far off the rails that the men like us need to come out of the shadows, come out of retirement, and defend what we believe in. Our mission now is America, and we're going to win.
You guys can't destroy the target. You want to win over the argument, and I think we're better off with you guys wearing suits and fighting, because you've already sacrificed so much. Thanks to all of you. Best of luck.
Hey, thanks, Brian. God bless.
We'll check in with you.